Atlanta continues to own the offensive glass here in the fourth quarter. Great board.
You lost. You failed. Loser! I don't even play basketball and I would have made that shot. And even if I didn't make that shot, I'd have did something funny. You know, I'd have did something funny. Came Clark was like, hey, let's all do some Cody hand point.
But just 35% from three after a couple years in the 40s. Howard misses that one.
Ryan Howard or Alicia Gray, I think Ryan Howard, airballs a shot to win the game late. It lands in Angel Reese's lap. And collectively, the whole world said, yeah, she ain't making that. Collectively, the whole world said, oh, Angel Reese has it? Oh, and it's a layup? Yeah, she's breaking that. And lo and behold, point blank range to win the game, we get a classic Angel Reese pray up.
Angel Reese had a real opportunity to become the star of this game, but instead, she became the focus of its biggest controversy. That is not an overstatement. It is exactly what happened on the court between the Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream. And when the final buzzer went off, Reese was not celebrating a victory. Before we break down all the details, this is Pulse Hoop, bringing you the latest WNBA breaking news, player updates, and the biggest stories from around the league. Make sure to subscribe to Pulse Hoop so you never miss the biggest WNBA stories and updates.
Laughing at Angel Reese after she missed a wide-open layup for the win.
Great board, just could not convert it.
Was pushed under the hoop just enough to not have a great angle to OT.
Reese was left beneath the basket with both hands on her head as Caitlin Clark walked by smiling and celebrating another performance that made a statement. And if you are asking why the rivalry between these two players keeps drawing so much attention, this game gave the answer in only 95 minutes. There was plenty of drama, momentum shifts, and surprising moments to keep even casual WNBA fans talking well after the final buzzer.
You had me laughing at you, girl. I told you, Angel Reese is a pure bum, the worst kind. Angel Reese is the type to steal the trash off your curb and try to see if she can go put it in her refrigerator. The girl can't make a layup to save her life. She missed like 7 layups in the first quarter. Meanwhile, me, the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, I'm putting on shows every single night. 26 points, 9 assists. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever humiliate Angel Reese. Or maybe Angel Reese just humiliated herself. As the Indiana Fever go on to win 29 points, 9 assists. Am I looking like...
The physical tension did not appear out of nowhere, but it was not a planned confrontation between two players who already had major personal problems either. It started with Reese simply being beaten on defense. Early in the opening quarter, Clark used her dribble to create some room before rising for a deep shot with Reese directly in front of her. Reese stayed close and worked to make the shot difficult, but Clark still found a way to knock it down cleanly.
She was crap in this game. A bag of crap. She was awful. Angel Reese was terrible. Speaking of terrible, Angel Reese never beating the allegations. This was to open the game.
With Reese leaking out, finds her.
Lee Sheet. That was awful. Wow, that was awful. One more good time. It did a... Yeah. Yikes. Holy moly.
For any defender, a possession like that can be extremely frustrating, especially when you do nearly everything right and still allow the shot to fall. Reese stayed in front, challenged Clark, and forced her to work for the opportunity, but none of that mattered once the ball dropped through the net. For a player as competitive and physical as Reese, seeing Clark make that shot had to hurt. And the tension became even harder to ignore when Caitlin Clark appeared to laugh after Angel Reese missed the game-winning layup.
Clark laughing at Angel Reese for missing the game-winning layup! Helen Keller could have made the layup! It was the fucking second layup that she missed. She missed a wide-open drive in the first quarter, and then she misses the game-winning layup. And then, of course, we have the halftime crew just glazing Angel Reese, making it seem like she's a better player than Kelsey Mitchell, making it seem like she's a better player than Caitlin Clark. And Angel Reese with the total brick of a three-pointer. No wonder why they left her wide open, misses the layup. And look of disappointment on both her coach and teammates' face when she missed the game-winning layup. At least Angel was honest at halftime with Holly. I was a little bit impressed by that, where she was like, hey, I am playing like shit right now. I really got to step it up. I will say she is good on defense. She's always good on defense. She's a rebound machine, but she shouldn't shoot the ball so much. This photo just like needs...
A few plays later, Ryan Howard's shot missed, sending both Reese and Clark underneath the basket as they battled for the rebound. But rather than using normal positioning to create space, Reese extended her forearm into Clark's neck as she tried to keep her away from the ball. This was not simply normal contact between two players fighting for position or an accidental collision as they came down. The contact appeared to be a deliberate shove toward the neck, the type of play that can quickly lead to a whistle in a physical game. What made the moment stand out even more was where it took place. The two players were directly in front of officials stationed inside the paint, giving them a clear view of what happened, while several cameras recorded the sequence from different angles.
Howard misses that one, out of bounds, and it will be Indiana basketball. 4:10 to go in the first, and the Fever lead by 2.
So let's go to Angel Reese clocking Caitlin Clark right in the throat hole.
With just 35.
Right here, you're going to watch. There she gets her in the neck, and there she gets her in the throat. Yeah. What are we doing? Neck, throat.
Clark immediately turned toward the officials with her arms spread wide, almost pleading with them to make the call. Anyone watching from home could clearly see what had happened. She had taken contact to the neck while fighting for the basketball, which is about as obvious a foul as you can have at any level of the game. Yet the referees did nothing. There was no whistle, no review, and no call. Reese got away with it, and she seemed to realize that as well, because she never even paused to see if the officials would make a call. Instead, she turned around and kept playing as though nothing had happened, jogging back up the court with the same expression she might have shown after grabbing a routine defensive rebound.
Guess how she hit Caitlin in the neck. Look, watch it. First time, look, second time. Bro, like, what are we doing? And then the refs act like they didn't see it. Like, bro, the refs in Atlanta.
The online reaction came almost instantly, and it was anything but friendly toward Reese. Clips of the shove quickly spread across social media, gaining hundreds of thousands of views before halftime had even arrived. Fans who normally try to stay neutral in this rivalry, saying they simply want to watch good basketball without taking either side, found it difficult to defend what they had just witnessed. One fan put it plainly, saying Reese is not a strong rebounder when she has to depend on technique and positioning, but instead turns into a player who grabs and shoves when the ball does not bounce her way. Another fan pointed to a detail that made the situation even more frustrating, noting that only minutes earlier, Clark had scored right over Reese despite her best defensive contest. That made the shove seem less like a hustle play that simply went wrong and more like frustration spilling over in the moment. Whatever the true motivation may have been, the pattern fans have come to expect from Reese in this matchup seemed to appear again. Physical, aggressive, and right on the edge of what can be considered a clean basketball play.
Caitlin Clark is ridiculous, man, and in my opinion, she's the MVP right now. I mean, this performance by her was just insane. And look at this three right away in Angel Reese's face.
The switch on Reese will fire. Hey!
It's really obvious that these two do not like it.
Here is the thing about that type of gamesmanship, though. It only matters if it actually changes the outcome of the game. And on this night, it did not help Reese at all. She spent the rest of the first half struggling to find any kind of offensive rhythm, missing one paint shot after another that she would normally make without much difficulty. By the time her shooting night ended, she had opened the game 0, 4, 6, and finished 5, 4, 16 from the field overall, which was a truly tough shooting performance for a player known for her efficiency and physical style around the rim. She still fought hard for rebounds and ended with 14 boards and 6 assists, so it is not as if she completely vanished from the box score. But the aggression that resulted in the next shove was clearly not translating into made shots. and Clark, seemingly unaffected by any of it, simply kept doing exactly what she came to do.
Let's break. She sucks from 3. Boom! Whoa! Angel Reese on a layup. Can't score it. She stinks. Look at all these layups missed. The girl is awful. The girl is garbage. Here she comes. I'm going full court. Hey, boom! Get that out of here. She sucks. Here comes Angel Reese coming down the lane again. Uh-oh, spinning and missing another layup. It's missing another layup. Here we go. She's looking for fouls. Here we go, down low. Uh-oh, I'm spinning. I'm missing another layup. The girl is horrible. The girl is terrible at the game. Here we come, coming down the lane. Here we go. I lost it out of bounds. Down low again, another layup opportunity. And she missed it. She's terrible. Here we go for 3. Clank. Here we go. Game on the line. Uh-oh, I can win it. Smoke the layup. Then Naz Hillman follows up and smokes the layup. I mean, you starting to rub off on the other people.
By the fourth quarter, the game had turned into a fierce battle that stayed close right until the end. Alisha Gray was having a career night for Atlanta, eventually finishing with a career-best 32 points. The dream kept answering every time Indiana tried to pull away and put the game out of reach. With the score tied 81-81 and the clock running down, Ryan Howard fired up a three-pointer that came off the front rim. Reese fought for the rebound with Aaliyah Boston practically on her back the entire time and somehow secured the offensive board despite all the traffic around her. This was Reese's opportunity, the exact kind of play she had been creating with her physical presence throughout the night. All she had to do was finish the play cleanly.
5 seconds. Howard launches. Missed it badly. Reese the putback. Won't go. Hillman. No. And we have...
She could not finish the play. With Boston all over her and almost no room to operate, Reese attempted a putback that did not even reach the front rim, falling short with only 3 seconds remaining on the clock. The ball came loose once again, and Naz Hillman rushed to keep the possession alive with a follow-up layup attempt. But Boston reached back and blocked that shot too. Atlanta had 2 chances right at the rim, along with a huge opportunity to send Indiana home with a loss, yet neither attempt found the basket. All the physical work Reese had put into battling for position meant nothing when it mattered most, because with the game there to be won and the clock nearly gone, she could not finish the opportunity in front of her.
Did y'all see that game? That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer individual. Angel Reese, probably the most despised person in the history of all sports, couldn't get a layup in. She tried the first time, couldn't get it. She tried the second time, couldn't get it. Even her teammates were like, come on, man. The third time at that point, the Indiana Fever just backed off. They're like, nah, come on, girl. I mean, we feel bad. Go ahead. She's like, I'm Jordan. No, I'm not. Meanwhile, mother freaking Caitlin Clark was laughing at her. She was like, the camera caught it. They even had to do a double take. She did the moonwalk. She was like, beat it.
This became the moment from the night that truly exploded across social media. As Reese stood under the basket looking completely stunned, her teammates surrounded her and tried to comfort her after the missed chance. The broadcast then showed Clark heading back toward the Fever bench with a smile on her face. It was not just a small or polite grin. She was actually laughing, clearly entertained by the sequence that had just played out in front of her. Maybe it was simply the relief of getting through such an intense stretch of physical basketball. But this was also the point where things could have gone completely wrong for Indiana, because the game was far from over. Regulation finished with the score tied, sending the matchup into overtime, with both teams visibly exhausted and running almost entirely on emotion and adrenaline by that stage of the night.
Throws here for Ryan Howard is going to resuscitate this game for Atlanta, but Indiana will immediately challenge it. Let's see.
With about 10 seconds left in overtime and Indiana clinging to a narrow lead, the officials called a foul on Clark, putting Ryan Howard at the free throw line for 3 attempts. Indiana immediately challenged the call, and even the broadcast crew openly said they expected it to be overturned once the officials reviewed the replay. The contact looked soft, and it seemed like exactly the kind of decision that would be reversed 9 times out of 10 in a situation like this. Instead, the officials went to the monitor, looked at the play, and still upheld the foul. Howard then calmly made all 3 free throws, suddenly cutting what had been a comfortable Fever advantage to just 2 points. For a moment, it genuinely appeared as though the officials were giving Atlanta a path back into a game they had no business still being in after failing to convert 2 point-blank chances to win it outright during regulation only minutes earlier.
Baby! Yeah! Yeah! I told y'all Caitlin Clark was gonna put on a show versus Angel Reese and show why she's the real MVP. Not no rebounds, falling everywhere, missing layups everywhere. Angel Reese, your palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms was heavy, was vomit on your jersey already. Mom spaghetti, you're nervous! You look like pure.
Atlanta had no choice but to foul right away to stop the clock and keep the game alive, and that foul was committed against Clark. She stepped to the free throw line with 9.8 seconds left and calmly buried both attempts without hesitation, pushing the lead to 4 points at 95-91. Atlanta had one final possession to try something desperate down the floor, but in overtime, the officials had already upheld a soft and questionable foul call against Clark that briefly gave the Dream another chance to steal the game. Almost every break that could have gone against Indiana seemed to happen during that stretch. Yet Clark and the Fever still found a way to get the job done when it mattered most. That is what should stand out as this rivalry continues from week to week. It is not simply that Clark finished ahead of Reese on the stat sheet, putting up 26 points and 9 assists compared with Reese's difficult shooting performance. It is that Indiana had to overcome a hostile whistle, a physical and questionable foul, and a real late opportunity for Atlanta to steal the win, and they still left the building with the result they came for.
Layup on a fast break is by far one of the most embarrassing things you can do in the sport of basketball. Whether you're in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, professional, WNBA, NBA, it doesn't matter. It's just a terrible look regardless. And then missing a game-winning layup as a big, I'm sorry, you just can't defend some of these things. And I always have Angel Reese's back, but we gotta do better. Yeah, she finished the game with 15 points, 14 boards, and 6 assists. That's an amazing game. But then you look at her splits, she shot 31% from the field. She shot 5 for 16 from the field.
There is also a bigger story underneath all this drama that fans should not overlook. Both teams are pushing through a serious playoff race, and every matchup between them carries meaning beyond the usual rivalry headlines. Atlanta came into this game hoping to close the gap in the standings, and a win would have given them something valuable as the season moved toward its final stretch. Instead, they walked away after wasting a major late-game opportunity, while Indiana continued its strong run and kept winning the majority of its recent games. When you also consider the physical toll these teams keep putting on each other every time they meet, it becomes easier to see why this particular matchup felt much bigger than an ordinary midseason game.
Shoots it, airballs it, right into Angel Reese's lap. And you know what everybody said? Collectively, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking... Bricked it. Point blank, with a chance to win the game, bricks it. This is something we see from Angel Reese every single game, Brick City. Earlier in the game, we saw Angel Reese matched up against Caitlin Clark on a screen. Caitlin Clark sees Angel Reese. Oh, this is easy. Step back. Hold up. Easy money.
For Reese, this loss stings in a way that goes beyond simply having a bad shooting night in the box score. She had the exact moment she wanted, pulling down an offensive rebound in a tied game with only seconds remaining. It was the kind of opportunity that can stay in the memory for years in a rivalry like this. Instead of walking away as the player who brought the physical edge and then completed the job with a game-winning basket, she left as the player who battled into position but could not finish the play when the moment finally came. Clark, meanwhile, took contact to the neck without getting a call. In a rivalry shaped by physical play and controversy almost every time these two have faced each other since entering the league, this was the night when all the noise mattered less than what actually happened around the rim in the closing moments, and Reese fell short when it mattered most.